Good morning! Welcome to A Life Worth Living. I'm Frederick Groth, and I believe God has a plan for everyone, and I have a message, hope, and truth to show you a life worth living. This morning we're going to do part two, not really part two, but the second part of this chapter in Genesis that talks about agreements. It's very important that agreements are made in our lives, and we need to understand that agreement is very important. Sometimes things happen, we've got to get out of an agreement, but it has to be done in a way that is mutually agreed upon. But when we make an agreement with somebody, an agreement needs to be thought through very seriously. An agreement needs to be worked out that we both understand what we expect from each side is very important. But what they did in the Old Testament, in the Bible, is they would exchange gifts. They would have an exchange of items to prove and to seal the agreement, so that whenever the other party saw the item that was given, they would be reminded, I've got to hold up my end of this agreement. And this morning I just want to talk about this. This is very short this morning, but when we make an agreement, we need to understand we're upholding something very important. And not just that it's important, but keeping our agreements to the best of our ability is part of our success. It's also part of our building ourselves, our growth, so that when someone looks at us, they can say that is a person that is reputable. That's a person that holds their end of the bargain. See, it's okay to say no. If you don't think you can uphold this agreement, don't do it. It's nice to get that new vehicle, but if you really look at the books and say, I don't know, don't do it. Don't make an agreement you can't keep. See, Abimelech and Abraham made this agreement to have mutual respect. Abimelech realized Abraham's getting to be a pretty powerful guy. He's just a nomad, but he's more powerful than my whole kingdom. So let's make peace now. And somehow, somewhere along the lines, these two nations have forgotten their agreement. Who are they now? The Philistines and Israel. And they're at each other's throats all the time right now in Israel. But they did make an agreement very long ago to have mutual respect of each other. So, in closing this morning, when you make an agreement, take it very seriously. Don't sign your name unless you mean it. And let's always have some kind of an exchange. Usually nowadays it's an exchange of signatures, but an exchange of something to remember, I made an agreement. Agreements are very important and they're very powerful, and they will help you develop yourself into who you can be. Have a great day. Go live a life worth living.